I caught up with Brett and his co-star Tammy Bartaia earlier, who is an impressive young lady in her own right. And I've got to say, this film called Un-Indian seems interesting. Brett Lee, one of the most well-known faces in Australian cricket, acting in an Indian film. Please explain.
I asked myself the same question. Now, look, it sort of started off many, many years ago. I've known Anupam Sharma, the producer-director, for over a decade now. The opportunity came to work on this Australian film, and with my love for India, with the script when I read it, about this cross-cultural love affair with a white blonde-haired fellow who falls in love with this Indian woman. And I thought, well, it ticks every box. I read through it perfectly, and it's a great message in there. You know, you can't help who you fall in love with. And I thought the time was right, cricket was finishing up, and I did it, and here we are now, about to do the premiere. Of
course, all those years calling for LBW decisions, you were acting, weren't you? But have you always wanted to be an actor?
Well, maybe. I've been acting in the backyard, you know, when my brother would nick one off and it'd be clearly not out, and I'd sort of go and cry to Mum and she would give Shannon a smack and I'd get a bat. So I guess acting started many, many years ago. Yeah. No, but I've always said, in all seriousness, I've always said that when I've walked over that cricket field or walked through that gate, you are an actor, you know, you are entertaining the crowd, you're having fun, you're engaging with the crowd, and I think, yeah, maybe I've learned a bit through doing that.
And Tammy, you're acting as an Indian, but you're not really an Indian at all, are you?
No, I'm not. Well, I was born in Georgia. I used to work at state television for about 4 years in Georgia. And then I moved to Australia and I decided to study at the National Institute of Dramatic Art, NIDA. And I remember my friends asked me, well, if you don't fulfill your dreams, do you have any backup plan? I said, I don't have backup plan. I know I can do it. And you know, I want to inspire beginner actors. Look at me now. I started from zero. It was tough, but I did it. I got interested in Bollywood. I learned Hindi, Bollywood dancing styles. And you know, I got, luckily auditioned for a romantic comedy in Indian.
She's like fluent Hindi, which is surprising, which is great.
Was it hard learning Hindi?
Well, if you really want to do something, I think, well, nothing is impossible. So, no.
It's hard. It's hard. Trust me, it's very hard.
So you tried and failed?
Yeah, well, I'm learning. Right. I'm learning. Tora at the moment, like a little bit. But it's, I guess, every time that you go to India, I've been there probably 80 odd times, and every time you learn new things, every time you walk through a hotel space or you meet someone at the reception, if you can greet them and make an effort, that tells you that you're actually having a go in life, and people respect that.
Yes.
And that's the reason why I wanted to learn a bit of Hindi.
So tell us about the film, Brett. It's called Un-Indian?
Well, it's an Australian film, Un-Indian. It's a romantic comedy. A single mother comes out to Australia from India, and she lands in Perth, and without giving too much away of the film, she then moves to Sydney and has a meeting, or a chance meeting, with a white blonde-haired Australian boy who's a English teacher teaching culture, happens to be one of my students. And yeah, I through this, it's a weird sort of road that we all go down, but fall in love with this Indian woman. And I just love the messages that it creates, and what it sends to people that they're watching is that love has no boundaries. You know, you can't help who you fall in love with. And the term un-Indian, that could be about me, it could be about her. Some of the stuff that happens in the film would be classed as un-Indian or un-Australian.
Yes.
And there's some funny moments, some serious moments, and a couple of spicy moments.
And Tammy, do you think this is going to be good for Australian-Indian relationships?
Of course, I think so. I just remember we had shootings at the University of New South Wales, and all students were so excited. They were like asking lots of questions. When is the movie coming out? What's the movie about? I think they will love an India. Everyone will love an Indian.
Well, I really hope that both of you get nominations for an Academy Award.
Fingers crossed.
Thanks for inviting us.
Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
I must add that Tammy is the first actress ever to give me a business card, and was without doubt the best business card I've ever seen in my life. This is a woman who's definitely going places.